What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Educated Barfly. Today is National Whiskey Sour Day, and we thought it would be a good idea to partner up with our good friends at Jack Daniel's and show you some awesome modern interpretations of the whiskey sour. Every year, Jack Daniel's holds the Gentleman Jack Whiskey Sour Classic, which basically challenges bartenders to make their ultimate version of a whiskey sour, reconstruct some really interesting recipes. So we thought it would be a good idea for a video to show you guys some of the winning cocktails. Enough jibber jabber, let's get into making the cocktails. So the first whiskey sour we're doing is called a Juliet. It's from bartender Scott Augsburger in Lexington, Kentucky, and he won in 2018. So first thing we're gonna do is 1 ounce of lemon juice. Do like 4 dashes of toasted pecan bitters, 3/4 of an ounce of maple syrup, 1/2 ounce of peach liqueur, 2 ounces of Gentleman Jack. Grab our egg and crack it into our big tin, and then add our cocktail. And give it a nice emulsifying shake. And we're gonna add a big rock of ice. We're gonna let it sit for a second, listen to it crack, and let it refuse so that we're not shaking with ice shards. Just give this a nice shake. And then we're gonna give it a double strain into our glass. Oh wow, that's really, really good. The first thing that you taste is the whiskey playing off the peach, playing off the pecan, and playing off the maple syrup. But what's really nice is that the peach, which is a little bit dry in the finish, and then the maple syrup kind of gives it this this really smooth consistency. But what I really love about this cocktail is that it both tastes like its own kind of grouping of flavors, but then you can taste the flavors individually as well. So there you have it, the Juliet. So the next sour that we're doing is from Ian McLaughlin from Portland, Oregon. He is the 2019 Gentleman Jack Whiskey Sour Classic winner. And this one's gonna be a vegan one using agua faba in place of egg white. Okay, so first thing we are gonna do is 1 ounce of lemon juice. And then we're doing 1 ounce of strawberry beer syrup. The specs for this are below in the description. We're doing 1/2 ounce of the agua faba, 2 ounces of Gentleman Jack. And with the agua faba, you're just going to dry shake the way you would egg white, and it will foam up and kind of become a meringue in the same way. Put our big rock of ice in there. Give it a second to sit, and then give it a nice hard shake. So we're just going to double strain, like so. And then for this one, we're just gonna do 2 sprays with Angostura bitters, and then we're gonna do a dehydrated lemon wheel. And there it is, the Gentleman and the Scholar. And that is fantastically good. And what I really like about this is that you would think that the beer and strawberry would dominate the flavor profile, but it really doesn't. I mean, you can taste the beer and strawberry together. You know, the IPA, kind of reduction gives it like a nice little bitterness, and then you've got the strawberry balancing out your lemon juice. You have nuttiness from the agua faba, and all of this kind of works to support the Gentleman Jack, So there it is, a Gentleman and a Scholar. So for the third sour that we're doing today, I would have liked to have added a third winner, but there is no third winner because the Gentleman Jack Whiskey Sour Classic is in its 3rd year and it's going on right now. So we don't know who the winner is or what the cocktail is going to be. So for the third cocktail, I decided that I would take a cocktail from Jack Daniel's own U.S. brand ambassador, Eric E.T. Tikoski. I think that this cocktail is going to really surprise you guys because it has some very interesting ingredients. And it is phenomenal. I actually had tasted this cocktail at an event, and that's why I specifically asked for this recipe. It's really, really good. So first thing we're gonna do is 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of unsweetened soy milk, 1/4 of an ounce of our corn puree, tip it and tap it off, and then 2 ounces of our Gentleman Jack, and then we're gonna give it a dry shake. And then we're gonna add our ice. I'm actually gonna do 2 pieces of ice in this one. Give that a nice And then we're gonna give it a nice strain. Nice and creamy. All right, let's taste this one. Whoa. I really, really enjoyed this cocktail. It's really nice. You know, you get the lemon is really sharp. The simple syrup balances it out. The whiskey is completely supported. You have that corn on the back end that's really, really nice as well. You can taste the cocktail as a whole and you can taste the sum of its parts. And for me, that is a masterfully done drink. So there it is, Eric Tchaikovsky's No. 7 Sour. So there you have it, guys. 3 different inventive, really fun, modern whiskey sours using Gentleman Jack. Gentleman Jack whiskey was created in 1988 by Frank Bobo, who was the master distiller at Jack at the time. And the idea behind it was that the American whiskey category was in shambles, and vodka had ascended to be the king of spirits, and it was everybody was in nightclubs. There was only a handful of American whiskey drinkers at the time, and what Jack Daniel's wanted to do was to take those vodka drinkers and lure them into the whiskey category. So they decided to make something that was like very smooth and then very approachable and also very versatile, right? So they decided to make Gentleman Jack. Now, how does Gentleman Jack differ from regular Jack Daniels? So what we know about Jack Daniels is that it undergoes what's called the Lincoln County process, and that is what separates Tennessee whiskey from, say, bourbon. So what Jack Daniels does is they take their distillate and they pass it through 10 feet of charcoal, and then they put it into a charred American oak barrel, and they let it sit for 4 years. After that, they take that distillate from the bottom part of the rick houses, right, to make Gentleman Jack. And those barrels that are in the bottom of the rick house are going to be less tannic, because those tannic flavors are what a lot of people think the harsh elements come from in bourbon. And then they pass that whiskey through another 3 feet of charcoal. And then what they have is this very versatile, very smooth, kind of fruit-forward, vanilla-noted, wonderful whiskey. And there you have Gentleman Jack. So I hope you really enjoyed this foray into cocktails. And if you like our channel, hit like and subscribe. Check out our YouTube memberships. Check out our Teespring store. We got some really great things going on there. We have a Discord. Links are below for those. And I will see you guys on another time.